Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. So, it appears that we are going to finally be getting our No Specialist playlist. And apparently it's going to be called Barebones, and it is going to feature classic gameplay rules. Now, whatever this means could be a whole bunch of things, like for instance in the article here on Charlie Intel, it says, and I quote, "Specialists have been a controversial subject throughout Black Ops 4 due to their increased power from Black Ops 3 and imperfect balancing. The addition of a mode without these abilities will come as a welcomed add-on. No details were given about this mode. Previous Barebones game modes in past COD games have included reduced sprint speeds, no perks, exclusion of certain weapons, and more. We'll update you as Treyarch has more info on the mode." Now, here is the interesting thing. I am hoping and praying when it comes to classic gameplay rules, I am hoping and praying that infinite sprint is still a thing. I don't want them to take that away because we all know how the inclusion of infinite sprint in COD World War II actually helped that game out a lot, especially with the way the maps were built and all that kind of stuff. And the way these maps are built, infinite sprint is actually not something that works against the game. It actually works for it. Now, if they reduce the sprint speed, okay, maybe. But the thing is, they could literally go all over the place with this. Hopefully they won't limit it to where you won't be able to choose your perks. Or that there are certain attachments you can't use, because in previous Call of Duty games, I mean, it's just, it could go either or way. I mean, they could make it to where they have score streaks that are 357 only. I mean, you just really don't know exactly how they're going to implement this. And as of right now, in terms of just the way it seems, it's like, okay, fine, but at the same time, it could be nothing. We could be sitting here worried about absolutely nothing. And the thing is that classic gameplay features will probably mean, or classic gameplay rules is probably going to mean something like 100 health. So all these things are going to play a role, and 100% health with no regen or whatever. So, or maybe you might have regen, or if anything, actually they won't have the gear system, because that's the interesting thing about this, is that if you're going to make classic gameplay rules along with the bare bones, the gear system might be completely different, or the fact that they might not even have the gear system in this game. So things like cosmetic device and stim shot, who knows? They might, score streaks by default might be even worth less. You seriously don't know, because the way they're thinking about things is probably something along the lines of, well, these people are getting all these points from the specialists, so it's like no wonder all this shit is expensive. So don't be surprised if they take away the gear, like the ComSec device, the acoustic sensor, and all that shit. Don't be surprised if they actually take that away, or if they take away certain portions of them. I'm not sure. It could be very interesting, but hopefully it won't bite them in the ass. Hopefully they'll give us a barebones system that won't bite them in the ass. And another big question that I have about this whole barebones gameplay, or this playlist, is it going to be permanent? Which is something that may not happen, because for instance, you guys know how long it took them to make TDM 100 a permanent thing. So the bare bones classic playlist might be something that they might have on temporarily, and they might take it away from us, or they'll have it on permanently. I personally think they're going to have it on temporarily, because number one, history repeats itself, and at the same time, if they're really going to test this thing out, they might as well have it on temporarily, and then, I don't know, and then they can see if they can include it or leave it on. I don't know. But I guess they'll see from their quote-unquote data that they usually get in terms of how many people play and all that kind of stuff. And one thing I can tell you is that I have a severe feeling, I have a really, really big feeling that a lot of tryhards are going to be playing that mode for one way or another. So, I mean, look at with the Mercenary Deathmatch playlist. If you play like after 7 p.m. or something like that on the Mercenary Deathmatch playlist, there are a lot of fucking sweats on that playlist. I am not going to lie. Just like the weekends. Like on weekends, holy shit, you're going to see a lot of sweats, especially after a certain time of the day or at night or whatnot. Obviously, with my experience, you know, the best time, if you're not looking, I mean, if you're hoping for easy lobbies, the best time to probably play is anywhere from noon till about 5 or 6 or so p.m. And then after that, the sweats come out to play, man. I'm telling you. But every once in a while, though, it is a mixed bag. And on weekends, sometimes the sweats start sooner, sometimes they start later. It really is a mixed bag. But from what I've seen, like, once you play late into the night, you're going to see more sweats. So, and at the same time, the people that are more casual, some of them have left this game, and it's only the sweats that remain. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. So, it really is a mixed bag. But the thing is, with the whole no specialist Barebones system, with the classic gameplay rules, this literally can go in so many different ways. And especially with the way the Black Ops 4 in and of itself is implemented, we really just don't know exactly what they're going to include and what they're going to not include. So, and hopefully it won't piss the community off very much. But one thing that I can say, though, that should alleviate at least some worries is that, well, even though people have been asking for this for a long time, one way or another, whether it becomes something permanent or not, whichever way they decide to implement this in terms of what they're going to include and not include, one thing we got to keep in mind is that, hey, it's optional. So it's not something that you have to play. So if it ends up being total shit, it's not something you have to feel like you're forced to play. So hopefully, which way they decide to do it, hopefully they'll do it the right way. Because I'm pretty sure at this day and age, we want our perks. And I'm sure we want the attachments that we want for our weapons. And I'm sure we still want to use the score streaks, and those three things that I just mentioned are very, very much a part of traditional Call of Duty, especially now in the year 2019. So we will see exactly what is going to happen. And the 100 health is definitely going to be another thing. And at the same time, on the opposite, another good thing about this is the fact that, well, let's say Modern Warfare 4 and Infinity Ward were kind of toying about the idea of going maybe 150 health or something like that. Let's just say they were toying with the idea of doing that. Well, the data from this game could definitely give them some feedback. Now, I know this is Treyarch and it's not Infinity Ward, but they're all working for Activision, so don't you think that if something that Treyarch developed, if Treyarch got some sort of data from something that made their game better or makes a difference in terms of the feedback, in terms of how they can make their game better, don't you think that Infinity Ward should know about it? And these guys collaborate. They might not collaborate all that much, but at the same time, they might collaborate a whole bunch, and they just tell us that they're not collaborating on a whole bunch to make themselves sound a little bit more, I don't know, better, I don't know, professional, trustworthy. But yeah, my thoughts are pretty much like scrambled eggs, and I'm sorry if the commentary today was a little bit all over the place. It's been one of those days. And before I go, I also wanted to give a special shout out to everybody that's been showing up on streams on Twitch. Thank you very much for the support, and some of you guys have recently followed on Twitter. Thank you guys very much. I can't wait for this weekend to where I'll be able to stream more. I'm absolutely having a blast with it, and on the weekends you guys have more time as well to yourselves, at least I hope you do, and I hope to see you guys there over the weekend. I am planning on streaming a bunch, granted things don't go sideways. And yeah, that's all I got for this one, guys. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on the Barebones playlist that's going to be coming out here pretty soon. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, let me know, and if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.